But let's see what he has to complain about.
Something I need to complain about. Shocking, I know. It's not that I want to complain.
No, it's not
that
shocking.
I have to. I'm being forced to by a powerful spiritual presence that's working me like a puppet.
You know who that is? It's the Mormon Church. Praise Jesus.
Whiny demon inside of me that needs an exorcism, and the only way to get it is through talking about something that's made me a bit perturbed, to say the least.
Oh, he's turbed.
That is this non-stop attack on everything I love. All of my favorite properties that I grew up with are getting adapted into either movies or TV shows.
What?
And all of them are terrible. Jesus Christ, I feel like my brain has been stun-locked thanks to the Halo TV show, something that I dreamed about, wet dreams as a kid, finally making it to reality with the Halo television program, and it was an unforgivable fucking war crime of a production, a damn near violation of the Geneva Convention for how atrocious that show was.
Okay.
And it hasn't stopped there. So often, they are adapting beloved game franchises that I cherish near and dear to my heart, and just turning them into
Bro, I'm pretty sure they're about to fucking bring Banjo-Kazooie back to life, and man, Banjo's about to die.
Laughably pathetic shows. I swear to God, like, there's more dog shit video game adaptations on streaming services than there is dog shit in downtown Tampa sidewalks.
Anybody seen that Dragon Ball movie?
It is absurd how often this is happening now. Now, of course, not all of them are bad, but you can pretty much count all of the good video game adaptations on one hand. It's very rare that they do a great job of it. And then this brings us to the topic of today's video that served as the catalyst, the little spark here for my whining. Peacock has a Twisted Metal TV series that's hitting their platform.
Oh shit! Like Twisted, like the car game. I played that a little bit.
Next month, and they released a new trailer for it today that makes it look like a bit of a stinker. And watching it made me more upset than when I realized my growth plates had closed and I wasn't getting taller than 5'6". Just a trailer that I feel missed the mark in getting people excited for it, because this is a franchise that I fucking love as well as many others, and it just didn't really do it justice, I don't think. Also, looking at the description of it on Peacock here, a post-apocalyptic live-action comedy TV show based on the classic 90s PlayStation combat game, makes me sick. Twisted Metal does have its goofy moments. It has very self-aware silliness.
Yeah, you got the silly clown with the bleeding teeth.
A lot of humor in there, of course. But it's a lot more than just a comedy. This should read like a post-apocalyptic,
There's also a lot of like guts. Intestines, I guess.
The top fucking full throttle nuts to butts action series with
nuts to
some
butts.
comedy.
Yeah, my nuts do not. Actually, you know what? They actually can touch my butts.
Well, like dark comedy, because that's what Twisted Metal is. Like, Jesus Christ, Sweet Tooth, who is in the trailer. We're gonna get to all the trailer stuff in a minute.
Oh, so they do have. Okay, they have the fucking clown guy. I mean, he's a big deal. He's like all up in there.
Sweet Tooth is a fucking psychopath serial killer who has an incredibly dark past and an incredibly dark story.
Nah, dude, he goes to children's birthday parties and he's squeaking his nose.
Storyline, as well as many other characters, but Sweet Tooth in particular. In the most recent game, he is a fucking maniac who killed his family, and his daughter was the one person he was unable to kill. So his wish with Calypso and winning the event was that he would be able to get to his daughter so he can finally kill her, because it's been bothering him for so long. And it turns out his daughter, after witnessing Sweet Tooth killing the whole family, was so traumatized she killed herself. So when Calypso grants Sweet Tooth's wish, he buries Sweet Tooth in the coffin with his daughter. And that's how it ends, with him struggling to get out after being buried alive because...
What a bitch.
He's a murderous fucking psychopath whose whole mission was just killing people and finally being able to kill the one person that got away. Like, Zoinks, Scoob, Jumpin' Jehoosaphat. How do you take a storyline...
Do you say Jumpin' Jehoosaphat?
...like that and then say, that character needs to sing the thong song in our Peacock series? Like, what the fuck?
This guy should work at Peacock.
Like, Jeepers Creepers, there is comedy in the games, but they turn Sweet Tooth into a goddamn Saints Row character. The dialogue in the trailer for him is like something you'd see out of Forspoken.
I'm gonna have to watch this trailer. Let's watch the trailer after.
God damn it, it's making me upset. I'm fuming. I don't know what Peacock was thinking, and I feel like I need to explain what Peacock even is because it's such a nothing burger of a service. It's a streaming platform
It has The Office, all right?
that you may have signed up for one time by accident because they advertised one decent show and you forgot to cancel it and don't realize you're paying for it.
Oh, shit. Actually, I think I'm going to have to check.
They have, like, nothing worthwhile on their platform. And I'm not exaggerating either. They really don't have a strong catalog whatsoever. You get more value out of a Farters Anonymous subscription where they deliver fart jars to your door every month as opposed to paying for Peacock.
I mean, at least farts are content.
And now they've got this Twisted Metal show here, and from what I'm seeing in the trailers, it's not looking promising. Now, again, it's not fully out, so hopefully all of these trailers are just doing it a real big disservice.
No, we know. Oh. Hey, what's up, Winnie? How are you? What you been up to, homie?
And it turns into a great show, because I would much prefer it be a good show, because then we might see another game. It's been over a decade since the last Twisted Metal game, so if the show was good and successful, maybe we'd see more from the franchise. That would be great. But I'm not optimistic. Let's talk about the trailer. I can't show you the trailer because I think that's probably frowned upon. So I'm just going to describe it. And I'll show you a couple of screenshots.
Oh, fine.
So the trailer kicks off with Sweet Tooth in a fist fight with a character named John.
Damn. He got big titties.
Doe, which I didn't recognize the name of in the description of the trailer, so I had to look it up, and it is a character from the Twisted Metal franchise. These two are locked in some high-quality fisticuffs action.
Who's the main
John
character,
Doe playing
though?
some mean
I don't know the
right
Twisted
on
Metal
cheek
series.
as
Does anybody
Sweet
know
Tooth
it?
really socks him, clobbers him. But Sweet Tooth, being the menacing madman he is, isn't affected by it at all and says, "Aren't you a tall glass of water? Me? I'm a Hawaiian punch," and then punches him.
We're going to have to watch this trailer.
That is some cringy shit. I imagine they wrote that trying to be like self-aware, tongue-in-cheek or something, but it's just fucking cringe. I'm about to go on a tangent rant here.
Go off,
What is
Daddy.
happening to comedy writing? It's all the same formulaic garbage, throwaway shit line.
Because it works.
It feels like it's all AI generated by ChatGPT based on the
It
worst
works
Tumblr
to
scripts you've ever
fool
read
the
in your life.
dummies.
I feel like it's only been snowballing out of control. Like it started with things like Saints Row, and it's only been getting worse and worse and worse. You know, then you got Redfall, Dead Island 2 writing, like, and now it's like infiltrated TV as well. Even though I feel like television humor writing's probably been stagnant and bad for quite some time now. But it just feels like it's so derivative of the same horrible throwaway comedy writing in games that's been prevalent over the last year or so, and it's just making it worse. But anyway, that's kind of the entire tone here.
Yeah.
So if it's a comedy series and that's the level of humor, then it's Dead on Arrival in that genre as well. But what?
I mean, it's on Peacock, so it's probably dead on arrival anyways, right? I mean, like, the shit's probably not going anywhere. So.
I even take Twisted Metal and bank entirely on comedy. Twisted Metal is all about the car combat. Like, that is what Twisted Metal made its bread. That was its bread and butter. That's what it made its money on.
Yeah.
The fun game.
I remember being 8 years old, playing Twisted Metal with the boys after school. What happened was I was driving the clown truck with the ice cream cone on it. I would drive, get the power boost with the Gatling gun, and I would just mow down kids. Except there was a semi-truck character. That one fucked me up every time. Hated that shit. I wasn't good with driving then. I am better now, I think. Hopefully.
And the fun, unique characters of it. There were, of course, moments outside of the cars, and this could very...
I mean, I don't know how close this guy is to Twisted Metal, but, I mean, if they're going to make a shit spinoff, I mean, that game hasn't been around in like 48 years, so it's like, I mean, maybe, you know, they're just bringing it back to light so people can remember how good of a game it used to be, and I don't know, maybe I'm wishful thinking out here.
There will be like a very, you know, rare instance of that in the show, but why use that as your official sneak peek? Why wouldn't you highlight the car combat? There's a line in the trailer. That
They didn't highlight the car combat? Isn't that like the only thing to watch a Twisted Metal movie for?
Like he's voicing the audience.
What the? Bro, they don't. You don't get out of the car. I'm pretty sure. I do not remember getting out of the car except for like when you die.
Well, he's voicing all of the audience thoughts. Can we go back to the cars? Like let's see the car combat that people would expect with Twisted Metal as the name of the show. Instead of
I want to see that freaking giant metal nutsack that just crashes into everybody, fucking destroys the cars. I want to see, that, and then like the clown dropping a freaking bird out the back of the window while he's driving away. Ha 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 ha. Holy.
In lazy ass comedy, but they don't go to the cars. Instead, the fist fighting continues. Eventually, Sweet Tooth throws John Doe up against the slot machine.
Look at those eyes, though. That is pretty creepy.
They do a little duet thong song and then bond over it. And then
I think he's just joking here. They don't sing the thong song.
It's a Sweet Tooth show. I don't get how this trend is continuing of taking a beloved franchise, buying the rights to it, and then delivering something that has absolutely nothing to do with the property that you're using the name of. We already saw it with Halo, where the producers proudly talked about how they didn't even play the games and wanted nothing to do with the actual established Halo games or universe, so they gave something that nobody liked. Or we also saw it with The Witcher Blood Origin for another quick...
Yeah, The Witcher Blood Origin was ass. Has anybody seen that in chat? No.
Quick example where they take The Witcher and deliver.
I like the regular Witcher though, but the Blood Origin one was so bad in my opinion.
Make sense. Like maybe it works for a couple of cheap clicks for those curious fans of the property to see if this is going to be something worthwhile, but then they abandon it after episode 1 when it's clear that this is not made by fans of the property. I just don't get who the audience is. It's not for fans of Halo, Witcher Blood Origin, or in this case, it's looking like Twisted Metal either.
How many dedicated Twisted Metal fans are there? Like, who's playing this game? I mean, come on, man. Like, I get it. I get what you're saying. They keep shitting on, like, the classics or whatever, but it's like, who gives a fuck?
Either. And the shows are never good enough to stand on their own two legs either. They just use the property, the IP, as a crutch for really lazy throwaway garbage. You don't win. Everyone loses. There's like you don't accomplish anything. I just don't fucking understand it. I'm really hoping that Twisted Metal ends up being surprisingly good, and that this was just really bad.
I'll just be honest. It's not going to end up being good.
Comedy scene from it, as opposed to showcasing an action scene or really any scene with the vehicles. They do have one other trailer, but it's a very quick teaser and doesn't show much of anything at all.
We're gonna watch. We're gonna watch the Twisted Metal trailer after this.
I'm like gonna heavily critique. It's just supposed to be a teaser, so I don't think that one's necessarily bad. But this one is. This is like over 2 minutes. It is a sneak peek, and it's supposed to like sell people on the hype of the show. But I just don't see how it would. I don't think fans of Twisted Metal are going to be pumping their fist like, yeah, Sweet Tooth said...
Bro, once again, who are the fans that he's talking about of Twisted Metal that are, like, juiced for this? Like, who... Like, I like Twisted Metal. Like, I'm not saying you are bad for liking Twisted Metal. I like Twisted Metal, but I'm not, like... I'm not taking a stance where I'm like, oh, you know what? They're ruining... Like, when they did that with The Witcher, that sucked. But when they're doing... I mean... is Twisted Metal. Maybe it'll at least give it some, is dusting off the rusty edges of this bad boy. But I swear to God, though, if they don't have, like I said, if they do not have that giant nutsack, that giant metal nutsack that fucking boom, knocks people out the way, it's going to be a little pissed. I'm going to be a little pissed. But we'll check out the trailer. I can't believe in the trailer he said they did not show car combat.
Woo! Like, I don't see that happening. I feel like most people would rather have seen a sneak peek of the vehicle combat that Twisted Metal is known for. And it would be unique for a show. That would be hype for people who don't even know what Twisted Metal
is. I cannot stress how big of a point he's making here with this. The car combat is imperative in a Twisted Metal series. That is the game. That is literally, I'm pretty sure the fucking lore of the game is like you get 3 wishes when you win the games or whatever, but the wish, he ends up, messing with you, the master guy. I don't know if anybody here's played Twisted Metal before. It's, I was like 8 years old when it came out, and I'm an old ass bitch. So, it's an old ass game.
Some of the crazy shit that Twisted Metal offers with the weaponry on the cars and the crazy cars and the wild over the top action. But instead they just chose a dumb, stupid, not very good fist fight comedy routine scene.
Yeah, that's kind of cringe. That is cringe.
The show's good. I'm not optimistic, and I just needed to rant about it. That's it. See ya.
All right, look at that. He's pissed about Twisted Metal. Let's take a look at this. Let me link you guys real quick. That was Moist Critical. Great guy. Good content. I'll go ahead and drop a link for him right there in chat. So yeah, let's go check out this Twisted Metal